Upper Big Blue Natural Resource District, but to order. Open Meeting Act. The public notice has been published in the York News Time on October 9th of 2024. The Open Meeting Act is posted in the back of the room by the door. The reminder, all cell phones should be silenced during the meeting. Please be aware this meeting is being recorded. When speaking, the desktop microphone button must be depressed. This ensures that your comments are recorded in their entire content. The recording becomes part of the public record along with written board minutes in accordance with state statute. Roll call.
Bethune,
Here.
Anthony Bohutty, Jeff Bohutty, Richard Bohutty, Dickinson,
Here.
Grotz, Shell, Keener, Miller, Nuss,
Here.
Hottie, Perry,
Here.
Peterson, Siebert,
Here.
Stahly, here, Weiss,
Here.
Yates,
Here.
Have a quorum.
That's what I was waiting for.
Somebody else is coming in.
Oh.
Okay, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. Okay, the next thing, consideration of director's request for excused absence. I have 5. The Bill Keener harvest, Richard Bohutty harvest, Jeff Bohutty harvest, Teresa harvesting, and John Miller family obligations. If there's a motion to accept those, you can do them all together or split them up, whatever you want to do.
Move to accept. Second.
Okay, roll call.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Here.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes, Weiss,
Here. Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Kevin. Kevin, there, when you came in, well, you didn't get the clap, like Kendall did, because he was number 9, because we needed number 9 here, so, don't feel left out. or anything. Okay.
Right. Good reason.
Okay, public comments. Anyone may comment on any matter that is not on this agenda. However, no board action will be taken until the following board meeting in accordance to Nebraska Open Meeting Act. Unless the board declares it an emergency, please hold comments on any listed item until it is considered. Does anyone have anything? Okay. Adoption of agenda. Okay, roll call.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes, Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, approval of minutes of the September 19th, 2024 tax request hearing. And all those minutes should be in front of you.
Motion approved. Second.
Is there any questions or comments? Corrections, additions, everything looks okay? Roll call.
Grotz,
Abstain.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes, Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
That carried 9-1.
Approval of minutes of the September 19th, 2024 Board of Directors meeting.
Move approval.
Second. Is there any corrections or additions? Roll call.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Abstain.
Yates,
Yes.
9-1.
Okay, Water and Regulations Committee report. Kendall.
Okay, the Water and Regulations Committee met Thursday, October 10th, 2024 at 5:30 PM at the NRD office. Those who attended are committee members Dickinson, Grotz, Miller, Audie, Peterson, Stahly, myself, and Yates. Other staff, directors, and guests are also listed below. Public notice of the committee meeting was published in the York News Times. Also, the Open Meetings Act was posted at the entrance up to the boardroom. Our action items were, the first one is certification of irrigated acres. The committee reviewed the irrigated acres certification for 5 parcels totaling 784.70 acres, yielding an increase in irrigated acres of 7.65. The total irrigated acres within the district is now 1,249,662.41 acres. Motion to certify the acre changes as presented to the committee. This motion carries 7 yes, 0 no, and I so move.
Second. Doug. Any questions on this or comments? Roll call.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert.
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item B, one fumigation cost share assistance application has been received by the staff and is recommended for payment at a cost of $1,000. A list is attached. Motion to make cost share payment for one fumigation cost share assistance application in the amount of $1,000. This motion carried 7 yes, 0 no, and I so move. Second.
Questions on this or comments? Roll call.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
No.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
That carried 9-1.
Item C, discussion continued regarding possible changes to address large water users. Legal counsel Don Blankenau was present and provided a draft rule which addresses the concerns which the committee has outlined. Blankenau went through the document explaining each section's intent. Questions were raised regarding allocations and other language which may need to be addressed in Rule 5. Motion to have Blankenau look at Rule 5 for revisions and updates and to provide a draft to the committee prior to the next committee meeting. This motion carried 8 yes, 0 no, and I so move.
Second. Any questions on this or comments?
Does that really need to be approved by the board if they're just addressing to have that come back to the committee?
Well,
I mean, when he wrote the first revision of the few things we had, it never came to the board.
yeah, well, yeah, but it'd be giving him authorization, but to go ahead and work on it maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Terry?
We had a motion made by the committee member, so that's why
Yeah.
I guess that figured means there was a motion made there, we needed to move it forward to the full board. So I guess that was.
Yeah. So the motion, but will stand. Don said it wouldn't take him very long to do that. I take it he hasn't sent anything back to you, Terry, or,
Oh,
Yeah.
we got an initial draft with some comments and
Okay.
we're gonna meet with him and
Okay.
discuss, We have to make sure we're all on the same
Okay.
page. So,
Okay. So is there any other questions or comments?
Do we need to make a public hearing or?
Yeah.
After he makes.
Once the board approves the final draft of any changes, then we'll have to go through the hearing process.
Okay, I just.
Yeah, but there's any changes, we have to have a hearing.
Right,
Right,
if there
yeah.
be changes to the rules, and we'll have to,
Okay.
yeah.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Discussion, no action items. Produce a survey and update for data request. As instructed by the committee, the staff provided University of Nebraska-Lincoln with a draft. Attaches a example showing the difference between the previous data supplied and the revised scheme. UNL replied by not using the same data scheme, including section number and legal descriptions as before. Correlation to soil types could not be made. Also, tracking of crop rotation cannot be made for 2019 to 2020, breaking the connection to previous releases. So this will be an agenda item at the November committee meeting. Rules enforcement, one update. The violation payment has been received by the district, and legal is in the process of completing the court documents for settling the filing. Staff provided a map of the 2024 median nitrogen by zone with the revised levels in each zone. For comparison, last year's map was included in the packet. Graphs by zone showing the changes in nitrate levels over the past 11 years were also included. Zone 2, which is in a phase 2 ground water management area, is showing a steady decline. Zone 7, 10, and 12 are also showing declines, while zone 1, 3, 4, which are in phase 2 groundwater management areas, and zone 5, 6, and 11, which are in phase 3 groundwater management areas, are still seeing increases in nitrate levels. There was a well permit summary, which is attached, and the additional information is second pickup is in. It came with an extra $1,000 rebate. It will be picked up Friday, the 11th. And that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you, Kendall. Okay, now we'll move on to the project and program committee. I'd ask Paul to do that.
Project Programs Committee met after the Water Committee on the 10th. You can see committee members, staff, guests who were there. Land treatment program. There are 2 new NRD land treatment projects and 2 completed NRD land treatment projects. The committee reviewed the land treatment program funding for fiscal year 25. Motion that the Upper Big Blue NRD approve payment of 2 completed NRD land treatment projects with a cost share of $762.50. That motion passed 5 yes, 0 no, and I so move.
Second.
Any questions or comments on these? Roll call.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
No.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
That carried 9-1.
Hazard mitigation plan update and payment request. JEO Consulting Group has distributed the draft hazard mitigation plan for comments. JEO submitted an invoice for the amount of $8,654.30 for work performed from August 17, 2024 to September 13, 2024. The Nebraska Emergency Management Agency share is 75% or $6,490.73. The original grant application for the HMP update estimated the cost of updating the plan at $100,000, which includes $75,000 from NEMA, $5,000 each from Upper Big Blue NRD, Hamilton County, Seward County, and York County, and a $5,000 in-kind services, $1,250 from each county and the NRD. The total funds available were $95,000. The contract with JO for the update is $99,460. This results in a funding shortage of $4,460. Discussion included the NRD covering the shortage or having the shortage split between the NRD and the 3 counties. Do you want to explain that, Jack?
Yeah, the committee decided to try to go to the counties to get them to pay more than the 5. And my discussions with Gary Peterson, who's the emergency manager for Seward County and York County, we looked over our interlocal agreement, and because of the wording of the agreement, we don't have to modify it. And the way the agreement was worded, we didn't call out that 5,000 and 1,250 of in-kind. We just said cash and in-kind services up to 6,250. So Gary said, yes, if we stay below that 6,250, he can pay what we have. So I thought we could drop that motion. We don't really need it. So the funding will get split evenly between the NRD and the 3 counties.
Oh, okay.
And so the total, when everything's done, each of the NRD in each county will pay $6,115. It'll be split evenly between those 4. And I did check with NEMA, and they didn't have any additional money. We could have got maybe some more state money, but probably underestimated the in-kind services. So we probably don't need that. I recommend we just don't do that first motion because it's not needed.
Okay.
Where it's gonna go to the counties to see if they would. We're already covered by the way our agreements
Okay.
worded. So we would just invoice them a little differently from our spreadsheet. I have a new spreadsheet, but I'll probably just give it to you next meeting, but if you want one, I can give you one this year, or this week, but all that cost from the NRD and the counties are the same.
Okay, okay, good. Okay,
Okay, so there was another motion that the Upper Big Blue NRD approved payment of $8,654.30 to JEO Consultant Group for work completed on the Upper Big Blue NRD multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan update from August 17, 2024 through September 13, 2024. That motion carried 5 yes, 0 no, and I so move.
second,
is there any questions or comments? Roll call.
Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert.
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Yates,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item C, Overland Trail Recreation Area. TLS Construction has completed the concrete work at Overland Trail Recreation Area, which include ADA parking stalls and site. Motion that the Upper Big Blue NRD approve payment of $10,804.30 to TLS Construction for concrete work completed on Overland Trail Recreation Area. That motion carried 5 yes, 0 no, and I so move.
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert.
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item D, two mower trailer quote results. Staff decided that a 2-mower trailer was not needed, so staff advertised for a single mower trailer. Staff received 4 quotes, but 1 quote did not meet the load requirements. Quotes presented including included Clutie Trucking for $3,800, CTR Truck and Trailer for $3,995, and Geneva Welding and Supply for $4,000. The committee felt the steel floor of the Geneva welding quote would be worth the extra $2,000 over the low bid. The other two trailers were wood floors. Motion that the Upper Big Blue NRD approve the purchase of an 82-inch by 14-foot trailer from Geneva Welding and Supply for $4,000. That motion carried 3 yes, 1 no, and 1 abstention. I so move.
Second.
Any questions or comments on this? Roll call.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Yates,
Abstain.
That carried 9-1.
Item E, Strubing Dam issue RFP for rock on dam face. NRD staff participate in the Nebraska Department of Natural Resources dam inspection of Strubing Dam located southwest of David City. NEDNR recommended placing additional rock at the east upstream face of the dam where there has been some erosion taking place. There's also a spot on the downstream channel that may need some erosion protection. Motion that the Upper Big Blue NRD issue a request for proposals for supplying and placing rock on the east end of the upstream face of Strubing Dam and possibly in the downstream channel. That motion carried 5 yes, 0 no, and I so move.
Second.
Questions? Comments? Roll call.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item F, Recharge Lake issue RFP for grant opportunities. The June 2024 Recharge Lake Water Quality Improvement Study prepared by the Flatwater Group listed 2 alternatives for improving Recharge Lake. Staff would like to have a consultant research all funding opportunities, cost share assistance for implementing these improvements. Motion that the Upper Big Blue NRD issue a request for proposals to identify cost share opportunities for various projects as identified in alternative 1 and alternative 2 of the Recharge Lake Water Quality Improvement Study. That motion carried 5 yes, 0 no, and I so move.
Second.
Any questions or comments on this? Roll call.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Discussion, no action items, publication of legal notice, Meetings Act, Private Dams Program, NRCS staff met with Wyatt Enterprises, who was awarded the contract for the Mike Fiala private dam located southeast of Ulysses. Construction is scheduled to begin mid-late November. Dave Hansen is considering proceeding with his private dam located just north of Friend. NRCS staff is analyzing soil tests from the spillway at the TM and DH private dam west of Sutton. Nitrogen Reduction Incentive Act, Nebraska Department of Natural Resources provide guidance documents for the new Nitrogen Reduction Incentive Act program. The program sets nitrogen reduction targets at 40 pounds per per acre or 15% less using baseline application rates from the NRD records. NEDNR recommends setting funding rates and limits by priority areas, including wellhead protection areas in phase 2 or higher zones as assigned by the NRDs. Upper Big Blue NRD share of the state funding for this program is $95,131.57. NRD staff recommended a limit of $7,500 per landowner per year. Discussion included dropping the per year and just having a $7,500 limit per landowner. Nebraska DNR hopes to finalize the state guidance and application form soon. Each NRD can add further guidance for their NRD. The target for the first signups is January 2025. MK Overland Trail Recreation Area, Dawson Electric has completed running power to the vault restrooms. TLS construction currently completing the concrete pad, we just paid that. And the staff will install split rail fence and hire a contractor to paint the ADA parking stalls. Additional information, staff picked up the shredder from Sweetser Farms and Sales earlier. Skidster rental, the skidster provided to the NRD went in for repair in August. York Equipment supplied the NRD with another skidster while the other was being repaired. The rental agreement comes up for renewal in November, and York Equipment would like the NRD to just keep the replacement skidster. Staff said this skidster only has about 19 hours on it. This will be addressed in November and the contract expires. Nebraska Dam Owners Workshop, the Association of Dam Safety Officials in conjunction with Nebraska Department of Natural Resources is hosting a Dam Owners Workshop in Lincoln on October 22 and North Platte on October 24th. NRD staff are planning to attend. Board members should contact staff if they're interested in attending. Teal View Wetland Education Area Phragmites. There's a small area of phragmites at Teal View. Staff is working with Hamilton County Weed Superintendent to get these treated. And burning ban due to extreme dry conditions. Upper Big Blue NRD will issue a burning ban at all NRD rec areas. Signs will be posted Friday, October 11th. That ends my report.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul, for filling in.
I have
Yeah.
one quick thing. This week we got invoices for hauling that boat away and disposing of it. We're gonna try to send out an invoice, a bill. We don't anticipate getting paid for that, but we will send something out. So, and we almost had to do it. It was a safety hazard for kids when that
Yeah.
old boat was sitting there, just kind of appetizing to jump in and go out in the lake. So we had to
Yeah.
get rid of it. So
On that nitrogen reduction incentive act. But we can write some of the rules that were in there, can't we? Like, and for example, to qualify, maybe no fall fertilizing or that, or split applying or stuff like that, can't we?
yeah, I think,
Okay,
we probably can't get real restricted where we
yeah.
don't do it, but we can
well,
help
Yeah.
prioritize stuff we want
Yeah.
done. So
yeah, well, we don't want to get too restrictive,
Right.
better we won't
we
get
want to,
people, but,
our goal is try to get that money out
Yeah.
to the farmers if we can, because we want to,
yeah,
so we're not looking to be more rules
yeah,
restricted, but
yeah,
keep it open. So
okay.
We don't get some rain, are we gonna have to do something on this anti-Anderson for fall?
Oh, as far as, we'll put, or, not letting them do it, you mean?
Well, with no moisture, it's not gonna, will it even stay in the ground?
I don't
Takes
know.
Moisture for that stuff. don't it?
It's not the ideal situation, the ground's gotta be hard,
Well, I'm not worried about the hard. I'm
Yeah.
worried about the dry part.
Yeah. Well, it'll probably get lost up, won't it? Yeah,
It'll go up, not down.
yeah, yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, I would think a lot of people would hold off until the conditions were more favorable. That's my personal opinion, but, you know.
think the ground will be below 50 degrees till December.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Okay, the executive committee report, I guess I didn't ask anybody but to do that. Maybe I'll ask for a volunteer, but does somebody want to do the executive committee report? Oh, okay,
Way to go.
thank you, thank you. Well, it's either Paul, Doug, or Bill, or Kendall. But
he was here during the committee, weren't
I actually.
he? Wasn't.
okay.
All right.
Do you want to do it? It doesn't amount to too much. Okay, thank you. Thank you for offering, Rodney. Okay.
The executive committee met at 7:30 on Thursday, October 10th, NRD office. You can see many members were there and other directors and staff. Public notice was published in legal. Oh, the committee meeting October 3rd. October meeting act, Yates activated President to open the meeting act, posted in the back of the room. Action items. A would be third quarter per diem and discussion. The executive committee met, the directors per diem expenses for the past quarter. The third quarter per diem was $8,330 and expenses $4,152.27 for the total expenditure of $12,482.27. Individual expense vouchers are available for review. Motion to approve the third quarter 24 directors per diem. The total of third quarter per diem was $8,330 and expenses $4,152.27. Total of $12,482.27. And these are published and or total expenses of September 24. Final expenses for the directors have been per diem and reimbursement expense included financials on absence, voting for the approval of his or her own per diem and other expense reimbursement. Motion carried 7-0 and I so move.
Second.
Any questions or comments on these? Roll call.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Yates,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item B, primary election cost discussion. Butler County clerk invoice the district $100 for the 2024 election cost. Motion to approve payment of $100 to Butler County clerk for the 24 primary election cost. Motion carried 7-0 and I would so move.
Second.
Did you question that?
Yeah, I did question it. There's a state statute 32-1203 that gives them the minimum ability to charge $100, even if anything is not posted in the paper. Butler County elected to do that. I did not question the other counties to see whether we were gonna get $100 charge. I just kind of.
Well, don't ask for it.
Hopefully.
Okay, is there any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Peterson,
Yes.
Siebert.
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes.
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Yates.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next item is no action item. Consideration November committee day discussion. November meeting moved to daytime, Thursday. The second Thursday of the month at 9 o'clock, beginning November 14th. NARD conference and NARD business session review. NARD minutes and summary of courage. The district attends the committee gave a brief report of the event. Personal report. I'll let
Yeah, we had some movement this morning on the forestry loaned agreement. We had a Zoom call with Jason Seaton, right? Jay Seaton and Stephen Hara. This morning, they have posted that position. It will be a 4-week search and we should have somebody in here. If we have a qualified applicant, should have somebody in here by the first of the year.
Sounds good.
okay, item F, investments. You can see this month financials statement, upcoming meeting events. Post. Okay, October 16th, land judging. The 6th of November, in the NRD managers meeting. The 10th and 11th of November, NARD meeting. And December 10th and 12th at Nebraska Expo in Lincoln. If there's no further questions, here's the report.
Okay, Doug, thank you very much for filling in. We're not there yet. Yeah, that's the next item. Yeah, yeah. I think there's something in there about, if we don't pay the bills, the staff don't get paid either, but I better be careful or I'll get booted out of here before. Okay, next thing on the agenda is the financial statement and approval of bills to be paid. But you should have a copy of that. You can look it over. If there's any questions, just holler.
When money comes in from rules violation, where does that go?
Is that actually? I remember where it came in to. I think it was like. I'm trying to remember if it was like, if it was like miscellaneous income or if there was like, I think it was, no, I think take that back. I think it was like some kind of fees. So probably under 41906. But it's or like not, I'm sorry, it'd be in the 300 series, which I don't think we're not showing the revenue there. We just got the expenses in this. If you look at the other one. Tell you better. I think it was under. I think I did, maybe it was just under miscellaneous income to water. Because I don't think we don't normally budget for that.
And that probably didn't show up actually until.
Well, we
October.
actually just got it here. Wasn't that good? I think I actually just deposited it last
It
week
just cleared.
and then,
so a week
yeah.
ago.
So it wouldn't be in this.
But it's a little bit different than in years past. We can recoup the lawyer fees that have been assessed against us. The rest of it goes back to the state, the general fund. So in years past, we've actually just deposited it all. Well, our legal team has told us that that was an error, so it has been divided this year, so.
So, yeah, actually, on this next financial statement, it'll actually show the payment to treasurer, state treasurer. There was like $3,600 and something like that.
Oh, really?
I have to pay that?
Yeah.
Didn't you say that's what the statute says?
Statute says.
We can recoup our
We
fees.
can
but-
recoup our expenses for legal team, but we can't recoup anything else.
And we can't recoup any staff time.
It's very clear in statute.
Oh. Okay. Huh,
Changes the way we look at it.
yeah, okay.
It was on the grant, and I think it just didn't get sent out fast enough. It
Yeah.
takes them a little time to process it, but we have the money now.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. Any other questions?
Testing, is that?
Which was it?
The call form testing?
I think, haven't they been doing that monthly?
That quarterly?
Didn't show up there.
While the recreation areas are open, it's a monthly test.
When they're open.
Yeah.
While they're open.
Once we close, then we don't, then come spring, then we have to do a test to get, approval to have it open again.
Oh, okay.
Move to approve the financial statement and pay the bills for this month.
Second.
We want for the second.
Paul.
Okay.
Okay, is there any other questions on the financial statement or bills to be paid?
Did I you decide on the building yet? I guess that's part of the financial deal.
Yeah, I can give,
Yeah, yeah.
well, why don't we go ahead and pass, do the
Okay.
motion, and then during the,
Yeah.
chairman's report,
Yeah.
I'll give,
Okay.
if you call on me, I'll give you
Yeah.
a little update.
Okay, if there's no other questions on the financial statement and approval of the bills, roll call.
Siebert,
Yes.
Stahly, yes. Weiss,
Yes.
Bethune,
Yes.
Dickinson,
Yes,
Grotz,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Yates.
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, the next thing, Josh, the NRCS report. Yeah.
All right, good evening. Last time I was here, we had a little discussion whether or not year end was gonna happen and whether or not we were gonna be here. So, they did pass a continuing resolution, a CR, into December. So we gotta deal with that again, coming up in December, but moved it on down the road. With that comes some struggles though, because, we're on limited funding and being able to get some things done. Sometimes that'll delay our cost share coming out, things like that. We're getting used to that, so. Things that we're working on right now, like I said, with the end of the year, I got a lot of administrative things that I gotta take care of. We do our end of the year performance reviews, performance plans, things like that, traveling around, seeing all the offices and visiting with staff. We're getting started, fired up again. We're setting up our FY 25 cost share for programs, looking at cost share dockets, making sure that we're up to dollar wise, or at least making recommendations if we need to increase our cost share or decrease it if we need to. It's done in a regional scale, so sometimes that's fluctuates, but typically it goes up with maybe not enough, but we're trying to keep up with everything. Equip sign up, RCPP is gonna be November 15th. So if you know anybody that's looking to come in and visit with us, have them come in. as soon as they can, or as soon as they're done with harvest, and we'll, get with them, go out into the field and take a look and see what their resource concerns are and such. We do already have a handful of applicants, so, we're going out in the field right now. Not so much today, but, trying to get out to the field and visit with them, see what their concerns are, and start doing our 9 steps of planning with them, so. With the dry conditions that were mentioned earlier, you know, if we have terrace projects, it's gonna be site by site, whether or not we're able to do those this year or not. Unless we get some more moisture, it's looking like we may not be able to. We just won't have the compaction out there to be able to do it, so. But we'll look at it site by site, see what we can do. We definitely don't wanna design and have something built that's not gonna hold up, so. We'll have to make sure we meet those requirements, but, pretty much all I got. Any questions?
Does anybody have any questions for
Good stuff.
John?
It's not quite as, voice isn't quite as sweet. Nothing against you first.
I know she's nicer. I said, that's what my employees say too.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Okay, at this time, the NARD report, Paul.
Met September 24th after the conference. Not a lot going on in the meeting. Dean's gonna meet with the State Chamber of Commerce to and the local chambers and senators about how NRD finances work and why it needs to stay local. So hopefully legislature will leave the NRDs out of their discussions for taxes. We haven't voted on the retirement plan yet because certain NRDs don't show up to these meetings. So we gotta have everybody there to do it. So that vote hasn't happened yet. Next meeting, board meeting is November 4th, the Middle Niobrara and Valentine. So that's all I have, unless somebody has a question.
So the NRDs that have showed up, and what's their thinking on it, but aren't you gonna do anything until you can hear from all of them? That's, okay. Yeah, I was just wondering if they were all some in favor of it, but that's fine, okay. Yeah.
Personally.
Well, but I'm sure Dean is probably contacting him, hasn't he, to? Oh, okay. And I shouldn't ask you what it is until it's official, so. Okay, the chairman's report, so we're gonna go to day meetings, which it's here on the schedule, so, do you wanna talk
Yeah.
about, the latest on the roof and where we're at?
If I could have a few minutes answer Paul's question. I have entered an agreement with Jackson and Jackson. Eileen was the lady that was here and did the Zoom conference and told us what her findings were. RFP, request for proposal will be going out the 1st of November for a 4-week period, for contractors to reply to her. Jackson and Jackson will be in charge of the whole procurement process. We will have the final say so whether we accept it or not, but all the quotes and everything will go to her. There will be a site visit that it's mandatory for any contractors that want to bid on the process that will be here in this building. She'll walk through what she has found, and then the bids will come into her. It was strongly encouraged that we have the bids and the work done in December and January. She says that we can get a whole lot better deal on insulating during the winter months because they can't do outside insulation. So that is our plan. Hopefully we'll be done by February the 1st.
What are they gonna do, or what did you decide to do?
They will come in and remove all the fiberglass insulation that's up there, the cellulose insulation right now. They will strip it down to bare wood. Then they will come in and they will foam, the entire building with a foam sealant. Because of the curing process, they can only insulate about the first time about an inch and a half thick. Because during the curing process, it actually generates heat. And if you put it on wood thicker than an inch and a half, it has the potential to cause a fire. So they'll go through the whole building and insulate it once, then they'll come through at least one, it'll probably be at least a 2 more time process to get it up to the R factor that she wants.
Structural support.
Yes. Mhm. Other questions on it?
Yeah. Okay, does anybody have anything else they would like to mention? I noticed, one person over here made sure his check was signed right away. I'm not gonna mention any names, so, so does anybody have anything they wanna bring up, mention, ask about? Okay, if not, at this time, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Do we have a second? Okay. So we have a motion to adjourn and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. We are adjourned. Thank everybody for coming and thank you two guys for filling in on the committees. So